Before I start the video, I want to make it very clear that all this information is very accessible on Google. I'm not giving any new information, so I'm not snitching or anything. I don't know anything. I'm just as dumb as the rest of the public, so here we go. This is explaining the YNW Melly and YSL case because you've been hearing all about it on social media. Free Melly, free Thug, free Gunna, free I don't know who else, and yeah, I don't know. Free Borland. Starting with the Melly case. Also, I laugh a strange amount in this video, and it's not because the cases are funny. There's nothing funny about the actual cases themselves. I'm laughing at, I was reading it off a small little bullet point document thing I had, and I couldn't read, and so I just, laugh when, yeah, I just laugh when it gets awkward, so, yeah, also, there's nothing really funny about these cases. Just want to make that very clear. I'm not laughing at them because they're not funny. I mean, there's one funny thing in Thug's case when the court dude calls him, you'll see. I'm getting ahead of myself. His full name is Jamal Maurice Demons. He was born on May 1st, 1999. You might know him from his songs Suicidal, Murder on My Mind, or Mixed Personalities with Kanye West. Since a young age, he's been in a ton of trouble with the law. In 2015, when he was only 16 years old, he was arrested for shooting near a school.
That shit was on the news, like, I was shooting at the school.
Another follow-up, a teenager has been arrested in Vero Beach after he fired shots near Vero Beach High School.
Yeah, I had went to jail for the school shooting thing I did.
School shooting thing?
Yeah, I was shooting by the school.
Luckily, from what I've seen, nobody was hurt, but he was hit with 4 charges, 3 counts of assault with a deadly weapon, and 1 for discharging a firearm in public. He was only in jail for 1 year at this time, but that's when he wrote Murder on My Mind. He was arrested again, though, in 2018 because of gun and drug charges with crew member YNW Melly. Apparently, they had 20 grams of weed and a weapon. Again, he was arrested in 2019 for drug charges. And finally, the situation we all care about, in 2019, he was arrested for the first-degree murder of YNW Juvie and YNW Sackchaser. From what I've read online, the murder occurred on October 21st, 2018. He wasn't alone facing these charges, though, because YNW Melly was also involved in the case, but because YNW Melly is believed to be the trigger man, and because of the bullet trajectory, blah, 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 Borland is on house arrest while Melly is still stuck in prison. Apparently, the murder was staged as a drive-by, and after it was completed, Melly left, and Borland took the victims to the hospital. It seems like there was a ton of evidence against Melly, like incriminating texts, bullet trajectory. They also have his DNA on the scene, but I don't think that really means anything because I'm pretty sure it was his car. And the weapon used isn't found yet, so that could be good for Melly's case. Whew. Can't talk, sorry. It's also kind of confusing because I thought he turned himself in from what I've read, from what I've heard, but he's pleading not guilty, so I don't know. The trial is supposed to occur on April 20th, 2022, but it's expected to be delayed. Now on to YSL. Not Saint Laurent, even though they do have a podcast called Smoking, and they've been pretty silent ever since this case, so I don't know. YSL is a rap group with many icons like YoungThug, Gunna, but it's not only them. I believe there's 30 members, and 29 of which were arrested, if I'm correct. YSL is also, a big thing. A ton of other rappers, like Uzi, have pledged their allegiance to YSL, but they're not actually signed because it's a record label, so they weren't involved in this stuff. But I don't know, The really sad part is that the one not arrested was Lil Keed, and you might have seen all over social media that he actually passed away on May 13th of this year from liver and his kidneys failing, so RIP to him. But back to the other 29 members. They were arrested on May 9th of this year for RICO charges. RICO charges mean the prosecution and civil penalties for racketeering activities performed as part of an ongoing criminal enterprise. A racketeer is just a person who engages in dishonest and fraudulent business dealings, but I'm pretty sure this entire thing is about drugs and weapons. Or mostly drugs, I think. I don't know. I think the court is thinking YSL is a gang, while the people in it and YoungThug's lawyer, Brian Steele, are backing, saying that the crew has been mislabeled and it's just a record label. And probably a good group of friends. Thug was actually denied bond and called the King Slime by the judge, which, if he ends up making it out of this case, he needs to put that on a song, because that's funny as fuck, and it's pretty hard, too.
That you see the shadow in the back of the room. He's the one directing traffic. He is the one they're all afraid of. He's the one that's King Slime.
The court date for Thug is January 9th, 2023, but it's expected to be pushed back, and I'm not sure about all the other dates, but you could probably find that somewhere online. There you go. That's the cases broken down, simple format. I don't know what else to say. There's a ton of other YouTube channels who go into these cases more in depth, but I just wanted to catch you up in case you're wondering about this stuff and you don't want to watch hours of videos because, you know, all the specific stuff. But the YouTuber that I most recommend for all of this information is definitely the Cuff Boys. For YNW's murder case, they're the best source, I believe. There's also Blackie Speaks and probably a ton of other YouTube channels, which I'll link all my sources down below. But a lot of the sources were also just like, I look it up on Google and stuff comes up. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Maybe, maybe not. Okay. Bye.